Hello and good evening, everyone. Resourcio Community is back with another interactive session for all of you. I hope you all are doing well. Today's speaker is Mr. Debraj Majumdar. He is a data services analyst at Coziva and has over 3+ years of experience in the industry field. And also, the most interesting part is he is an ex-AOTN as well. So you can call him our very own data analyst wal bhaiya, okay? So without any further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Debraj sir. Debraj sir, the stage is all yours now.
I please confirm whether I'm audible and visible both.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we're audible.
Okay. So yeah, good evening everyone. Hope it is a great Sunday and like it's monsoon. So yeah. So going forward, before going forward, so introduce myself myself is Debraj Majumdar and I am from AOT and 2020 pass out from Academy of Technology. So here on college, and after that I served 2 years in Cognizant as a data analyst, and after that I came back. I could be on the Cognizant. I am on Pune, and after that came back in Kolkata. So and I currently serve in a startup-based company, and it's California-based. One is a healthcare company, and it's product-based company, obviously. So yeah, this is my introduction. Actually, okay, let's. So today's session is I will go deeper in data science part. So, but the thing is, as the our headline is the introduction of data science. So yes, obviously, I will introduce some new things to you, and obviously, I'm teaching I'm not teaching here in technical part, obviously. So because I'm not a teacher or lecturer, so yeah, I will guide you and I will help you to learn the real time problem and how to handle it and how is the going on in our real time industries. Okay, so hope all of you are from college and some of you are doing internship and going forward you are doing the full-time job. So let's start. So I'm sharing the screen. Please let me know if my screen is visible. Is my screen visible? Kindly anyone just confirm.
Yes, Vijay.
Do no, all of us seen in screen is data science written there? Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And okay. So yeah. So we're starting. So like data science. Okay. We're starting with the very, I mean, very hot cake things in our market is data science, and our agenda is so. Basically, we will try to understand what is data science, and after that, we proceed and like why data science is necessary in this current modern world. After that, we will discuss some primary component or some primary things we have to learn before uh, proceed into data science, and that is the deeper learning part. Okay, and after that, we will discuss some ETL concept, and it is the very very fundamental thing for the data science and our real time world uh, in our industry. Okay, and after that, we discuss some business use case, yeah, and case studies. So we are all interesting not only just theoretical pattern. I'm just trying to here introduce some business case studies so that it will more capture the things in a real time way. Okay, so these things, yeah. So after that, a very very interesting thing is like big data. We all know like it is the very interesting thing, and obviously, so recently there is lots of things. This cloud is coming, so I'm not introduce here the cloud part because I'm just saving it for the session because it is a separate. It will actually it is a huge thing in the cloud, so I'm not introducing here. So it will get you the burden to you. That's why I'm just only uh, position this is a big data only. So after that we'll discuss the career growth. So yeah, so we all know like you are the college going student, and some of doing the internship. So, yep, career growth is a very fundamental and very important thing to you. So that's why you are doing the BTech. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's proceed. So any questions from your end, please let me know. And there is Shomujit and others people from the core communities here, so they will also help you. Okay, so then proceed further. So yeah, so this is the Venn diagram for the data science. Okay, so it is a huge part. So, but the thing is, we'll discuss only a very specific part here because if I discuss this particular Venn diagram, then it will take like 6 to 7 hours. So, because there is time constraint and we need to learn the very versatile way. That's why I'm just I'm just discussing it only data science portion So here, if you're familiar about this, and it's the artificial intelligence is very, very interesting and hot cake in our this particular era. Okay, so yeah, so our discussion is totally based on the data science portion. So yeah, so this is the like primary things we need to understand before proceed the data science, and this is the basically what is the data science first of all. So let me introduce these things first. So data science is nothing but to gathering our real-time data, not only the sorry, sorry, yeah, not only the structured data, it is also like semi-structured and unstructured. So basically, there is several kind of data existing in a real-time world. One is structurized data. It is another one is semi-structured data. Another one is non-structured data. So mostly in our real-time project or in our real-time world, there is semi-structured and non-structured data is exist, and there is none. I mean, there is no trace of the existence for structurized data. Okay, so we all, when we learning in a college or when we're learning from the book, we all go through the structurized data, but it is help us to understand how data is structured, how data is actually meaningful to us from the structurized way. But in real time world, it is totally, I mean, in a non-structurized data. Okay. So first of all, we have to gather each and everything in non-structurized form. And after that, we have to preparing our process. And after that, we, I mean, we make a plan, we make a decision like, okay, so this is the data set to us, how we can proceed further and how we process this particular data so that it can be meaningful to our business leadership or yeah, in our generating the revenue in that particular term. So that for this particular purpose we use the data science. Okay, so here you see like in the very first like statistics. So it is statistics and mathematics is the very fundamental and very basic thing for the data science. If you ask like why, was like yeah, so statistics, like probability, there is some formulation combination, like some regression process, some like like yeah. So basically these particular things like probability, formulation combination, so these particular things are very important for the data science and artificial intelligence also. Because why it is important, like if you get some unstructured data, then you need to, before proceed further, you need to determine like, okay, so we have some think some concept on it, and we have to accumulate all the things, and after that we have to proceed. So that particular thing, statistics help you a lot, because the knowledge of probability, the knowledge of combination, the knowledge of regression process, all of these things are very important. Okay, and there is data preparation. This data preparation means like so that particular portion is very huge portion of data preparation. Like there is several ways. So in this particular portion, I will discuss it further in this particular slide. So there is a ETL process. So it is also the data preparation one thing. So I'll discuss this particular topic there in ETL process in this particular slide in our session, this session only. Okay, and this is process mining. So process mining is like, okay, so like how to data is mined from the different source or different undefined sources basically. So okay, and after that you look like it's a visualization. So all of like the Tableau, Power BI, this kind of tools are very interesting and it's very familiar in our this daily life for any IT uh, engineer. So these particular things is used to visualize all the data set when we collect the unstructured form of data. After that we process, and after that we define some structure, and after that it goes to and set a table in a structurized form. After that we just visualize, use this particular visualization tool to visualize such data so that it will very meaningful to our business leadership. So we all are technical person, but the thing is that particular folks who are standing in the business leadership position, who would decide how the business is going on, they have no knowledge on our technical portion. Okay, so they need something so that they visualize that in a non-technical form. So we have to reproduce a tech, we have to reproduce these particular things, this particular unstructured data using our technical knowledge or using our technical tools, so that particular data is goes and set in a so that a layman can understand basically. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, I'm just going to proceed further. So like why we use data science, why it is so necessary. So I'm just this is the source I'm collecting this graph, but like it is a little bit old graph, like 7 to 8 years ago's data. But if I tell you the current form of data, so each and every day 47 zettabyte data is produced. So what is zettabyte? So 10 to the power 21 byte equal to 1 zettabyte. So do you, I mean, if you are very familiar with digital computing or like binary things, so it is very familiar to you, like 10 to the power 21, how much it is. So each and every day 47 zettabyte data is generated, and only Facebook, like if I do the statistics here, so only Facebook is generate 4 petabyte every day. Okay, you understand like how much is it is. So without data science process or without things, it is very difficult to us to manage such kind of huge volume of data. So that's why the data science and its process and its algorithm is so much important to us. Okay, and like I'm just forcing further say, so this is the your understanding like how the 2022 where it is lying, and in 2015 like in 12 13 year it is proceed in classical manner. So it is the exabyte to came to the zettabyte. Okay, so now comes to the main part of our session, like how to become a data scientist. Okay, but obviously, data scientist is not a joke. Yeah, you need to proceed like several steps from there. So you need to familiar some component to proceed further. Like, yeah, so I already discussed like, yeah, why statistics is very important in the previous slide. So yeah, I'm not repeating here. But that's so yeah, if you have any doubt, you can ping me, or yeah, there is our co-member group, so you can let them know. So uh, plan further. Okay, so this is the statistics I already discussed. So yeah, so machine learning. So machine learning is just a part of you this set of data science. It is not you can assume, or you can imagine like in this way, like yeah, machine learning is a set subset of data science. It is not the full-fledged things. It is a subset. There is a more, I mean, deeper things of data science. Okay, and data engineering, and there is slight difference between data science and data engineering. Okay, so data engineering, like when, so if I in real time example, if I telling you like where the data is coming from, so I'm a data analyst. Okay, so when the data is coming from, I will manage those particular raw data. Okay, so that that particular raw data utilized by data engineer to produce a meaningful way, and after that it goes to the data scientist, then it goes to the business leader. So this the route how data is going. Okay, and visualization, I already told you like why visualization is important for this particular field, because we technical guys handle this particular things, this particular raw data, like a non-technical person can't handle it because they don't have such knowledge to handle it. So we need to handle that particular raw data, and after that we need to compose so those raw data so that it can used by a non-technical person. Okay, so domain expertise. So this particular thing is like, yeah. So domain expertise means you need to understand some tools like SQL, Unix Cell, some Informatica Power Center, some ETL tools, some Talent, apart from is like Python, R programming. So these kind of things you need to gather so that it will help you to grow in further process of data science. Okay, and it's programming like we all know, like so Java. So in data science, mainly object-oriented program is important. So we know all know like is how object-oriented program is helpful to us. Like what is how object can help us to uh, shorten one particular programming code. Okay, so this is the thing. It is the main component or the primary component of data science. Okay, here is the cycle. Yeah, you can say like, yeah, it is the cycle of the data science, how in real time industry uh, the thing is going on. Okay, so I'm just totally talking about the practical portion, how the real time business is work and how the business workflow is going on. So basically here the first in top you can say like the discovery. So, like, what is Discovery? It is not obviously, I'm not written this Discovery channel. Okay. So, yeah, Discovery is like when the unstructured data you found from your client end or whatever to whom you provide your consultancy, if your client sent you some data, but hopefully they don't know like which kind of data it is, how is it whether it is structurized or non structurized form, then it is your duty to discover like, yeah, so this particular form is the unstructurized or this particular form is structurized. Okay, and after that, yeah, I'm just reiterate these things like data preparation. Data preparation is like, yeah, so when you discover the thing, okay, so this particular data is, you determine like, okay, this particular thing is unstructured form, that you have to prepare a total flow, how you convert those particular thing, you take some decision like how this particular raw data is converted, how you can convert this particular thing in a structurized form so that you can use some I mean SQL or no, MongoDB things in that on this particular data. Okay, so yeah, so this is the data preparation. So basically, in this one line words or in a one line sentence, so I can tell you like data preparation is nothing but your decision, how we can proceed further, okay, with that particular data. And model planning is like, okay, so I have such kind of thing, such kind of data, I have to modelize this particular data in that form. So this decision making process is called model planning. Model building is now the software development SD's role is came into the picture, like model building. So model building is nothing but some form, some like build some form so that all kind of such data go through that particular form and convert it in a structurized form. So here you have to write some code in Python or any kind of this object-oriented program in Go language. If you know, like there is one language is Go. So this is a very, all, I think we all familiar with Kubernetes process. So yeah, at least not familiar, at least we hear the term like Kubernetes. So it is introduced in 2016 by Google. So this particular thing is written by Go, and it is very useful in the cloud. So yeah, we'll discuss in further session. Okay, so after model building, so it is the operation. So operation means how your builded model operate that particular raw data, that particular things, so that it converted in a set of understandable data set. Okay, and communicate result. Communicate means like, yeah, so you communicate these things here. So in this process here, uh, your client or whatever you give the consultancy, so they give you some unstructured form, and after so much things, so much steps, after that in here you communicate, okay, so you give me this kind of form in a unstructured manner, and yeah, in this particular step you communicate with them like, okay, I convert each and everything with your requirement. Okay, so now this particular data set is a structured form. Okay, so this is the whole process, and in this particular process or real-time business is going on. Okay, and now I'm just going and think this is the ETL process. Okay, so now I think it is new to you, it is a very new topic to you. Yeah, so now ETL, what is ETL? Okay, ETL process, like the full form of ETL is extract, transform, and load. Now, what the thing is it? Basically, when such some kind of data, some kind of things is coming to you, whether it is structurized form and unstructurized form, whatever it is, you need to extract first to process further. So that particular step, in which process you extract that data, this is called the extract process. Okay. So after that, it is transform phase. In transformation phase, you process that particular data set. You process that things, and is a load set, like in load term, like you move that transform data to a data repository. Means you can load in cloud, you can load in your server, you can load it in your big data server, whatever. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So basically, now how it is related with data science? Is- So basically, here, so ETL is the very basic to introduce the data science. Okay, how? Because it is the gateway, how the data is coming. After that, it can process. So it is the gateway. Okay, so ETL is the very very important to us, and in ETL process, like there is such kind of tools in is used day-to-day basis. So when I'm cognizant, so I used Informatica Power Center. If you Google it, so yeah, you can find like it is a ETL tool, and it is a very popular tool. Like other than like Informatica Power Center, there is a one tool IICS. That is a one, like it is a version of the cloud version of Informatica, and apart from it there is a talent also. Okay, and in ETL process, this ETL process you can build through Python also. So like if you have, if you deploy a particular code in your production, in your day-to-day activities, when you are came to the IT industry, if you handle a large volume of data, then to handle those particular data, you need to set a ETL process so that it can automatically extract from the client source. After that, it will transform, and after that, it loaded to your desired server or your desired cloud platform, whatever it is. So yeah, so this is the thing of ETL. Yeah. So oh, after finishing this particular my slide, we will interact regarding this further. If you have understanding issue on the ETL, I know very well. So it is the first time I'm just introduced like this kind of thing. So it may happen like yeah, it is less understandable. So yeah, we can discuss further regarding it. So yeah, so this is the case study I'm trying to present here. I don't know like how much it can understandable or not. So yeah, I explain each and every bit so that it is help you to understand the things. So you can consider this picture for your day-to-day when you comes to IT industry, and if you are luckily if you are a data science scientist, I mean, or a data analyst, so it is the day-to-day activity for you, your side. So here you can see like there is lots of things. What is the internet? What is the user? What is the groups? What is the page sheet? So you if you just this particular column, if you see, you can find one common thing. What is it? Like each and every component here, like internet, user, group, spreadsheet, all of these generate data. All are generating data. Okay. So from internet, yeah, each and every second, each and every millisecond, that they generate the data. Okay. The user means like, well, if you it is WhatsApp, if you just type something and send your friend, that also a data that is generated data by you. So this is the user. What is a group? Like like it is a similar way. And it's a spreadsheet means yeah, so if you document something from your own in your spreadsheet or like in the Google sheet on your Microsoft Excel, that particular things is generate the data. Okay. So all of this part, like here if I just imaginary I just draw imaginary bracket here. So sorry, so bracket here. So these particular things all is generating the data. Okay. So yeah, after generating that particular huge volume of data, we need to process so that that particular data get meaningful to the end user, right? So for to explain this, I am just assuming these particular things is coming from one client end, and you can assume here we set like management people are sitting here. Let's assume to understand like this particular process, and this is you are getting from client end. So data is came. Okay, well and good. I'm just getting the data, but the thing is there is one problem. What is it? Like all the data is in the raw form. Okay, the raw format. So I don't know like which column it is and which row it is. I don't know like why they have sent me. Yeah, I know like we have to process. Okay, but before that I don't know like what kind of things is it. So I only identify. Yeah, this is the data. That's it. Okay. After that, getting particular things, now our this is the data factory. Okay. You in a very layman what you can tell like this is a data factory. Okay. So it is the ETL process. So here in this particular process, this process called extract. Here is the extract. This is the generated data source. Okay. Data source. It is extract. So here these are the extract process. So after extracting the process, those particular data is came to a transformation phase. Now you can see there are OLTP. What the hell is this? A OLTP database. I don't know. Like so, database. I know. Like yeah, it is database. Some data will store in a manner. It is a database. But what is like a OLTP? So the full form OLTP is online transactional process database. What is it like? Yeah. So OL OLTP. Online, if you just split the total word online, so all the things I'm just discussing, it is the online process, not a manual process, obviously. Yeah. So it is the online process. So online transaction. What is transaction? Like uh, from this end to that end, the data is going on. So this is called the transaction and the process. So whole this process and such kind of database who is collect the data from their data generated source and consume it, and after that send it to the transformation phase, that called the online transactional process database, that particular database. Okay. And after that, here ETL process is going on, like in this process, ETL, sorry, yeah, ETL process. So in transactional phrase, there is lots of steps. Is there like lookup, some joining, lots of things. I'm not going so much deeper. So you just understand, like, okay, so here the process is going on, some data process is going on, so that that particular unstructured is from a get meaningful way, and after that is dumped to a data warehouse. Now data warehouse is something familiar to you. Okay. So you, I think, I hope as an engineer you shared somewhere like a data warehouse. So now if this particular database is called OLTP, then like there is something, some name will be there, right? So it's called the OLAP. Now what is it? So OLAP is online, T for transaction, okay, and A for analytic, online analytical processing. So if I split them in the same manner like online, okay, so all the thing is discussed is this online phase. So online analytical means there is some calculation, something is going on, you understand, like so there is something is going on, some analytical process. So, yeah, online analytical process database. So all the thing is came from the data source, all the raw data is come here, the these things extract is happen, dump to the OLTP database. From OLTP database, data is goes to the for ETL process or transformation. After ETL process, it is goes to a database, and after this database, some analytical processes happen, and those particular data are converted in a meaningful way, and this goes to the end user. So that here you can consider like the visualization things is going on, and after that that visualization things is visible to the end user. Okay. So this is the total process, and it is the enterprise data load application. So this particular process is the day-to-day activities to the junior or senior data analyst in IT industry. So sorry. Yeah. So this is the thing. So yeah, I will discuss further on it in our interactive session. Okay. I mean, in this session after complete my slide. Yeah. So now came to the very interesting topic. So it is big data. Okay. So what is big data? So we all like, yeah, we all hear at least like something called is big data. So big data basically 2000 after if you just I'm just go back in this particular slide. In 2002 you can see like, sorry, in 2002 you see like those particular data is comparatively low, but after 2002 this particular curve, this particular slope, you see it is a very drastic manner is growing. So here on this particular time, like 2004, 2005, on the particular time, that big data is introduced in the market. Okay. So why? Because on that particular time, before big data introduced in the market, the the thing they have handled that such big data, some big data, not big data, some big volume of data in NFS. Uh, I mean NFS process. Okay, excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So before where I'm at, yeah. So before introduce big data in the market, so all of our industry, all of our IT sector handle their data in the process. It is called network file system. Okay, it is NFS. It is a network file system. So what is this? Network file system is like I divide some of my there is a main server. I divide that particular server in separate network. After that, I store some data there. So this is the like network file system. And after introduce the big data, what happened? The distributed concept is introduced in the market first time, very first time. So big data is like if I go back the slide here, big data is your this portion, okay, this data house, the analytical portion. So what they can do, they can extract the data here. After that, there is the process of HDFS and map reducer. In big data, there is some component like called HDFS, map reducer, and EAN framework. Okay, so HDFS means Hadoop distributed system. Okay, Hadoop distributed file system, HDFS. This is the thing. What it mean? Like let's imagine. So you have only one server to store the data. Okay, now and let's assume you have 1 TB of the server. The size of the server is 1 TB. Okay, and you have to store this data on that particular server. And one day you came from your college at home, and you see like that particular server get burned in some sort of short circuit or whatever the reason it is. Okay, so what happened? Like all your important data is stored that particular server get lost from your. So there is no copy because you just store each and every data in this particular your server or in your CD or whatever you just assume just that is. So now big data concept, like there is one set of server, okay, and there is different nodes from that particular server. So there is, let's assume there is a server one, and there for server one there is 10 nodes A B C D E F G H, like in this way there's 10 nodes and all are attached to the server one. Now when you store that particular thing in the server, you have also stored that particular uh, copy in a one node, one separate node. Now what happened if your one node is get destroyed, then another node is there for the backup. So this is the very utilization for the big data also. And if I just very briefly, I'm just introducing like how big data is going on, how big data is operating basically in a real time scenario. So HDFS, I just pronounce this particular thing like HDFS. So Hadoop distributed file system. So what is it? So you distribute that particular large volume file in the separate bucket. So you have the let's say 1 petabyte of data. You just distribute these things and store in separate nodes. Okay, so it is very efficient. So process all the data in a one manner. Okay, because if you if you have 1 petabyte data in, if you store that particular 1 petabyte data in a single server, to analyze that particular data in a single time from that particular server, it is very time consuming. Okay, basically. So if you store 1 petabyte of data in a 10 server in a small portion, then it came very faster. And after that, there is one concept is a map reducer. Okay, so what is map reducer? Map reducer is mainly used to analysis and the process all this particular data in a very parallel way or in a faster manner. So it is the process basically. It is the process how the data is get processed under in the big data. So this is the map reducer thing, and Yarn is the framework like API or whatever you like. There is you understand like there is one framework the API. So API helps us to extract the data from backend to front end. So Yarn is the very specific for big data. It is the API, so it manages the resource. It manages the resource in a single term. If I tell you, it manages the particular resource of the data. What is the resource like? The data is stored in these nodes in the big data network. The particular things is stored in the nodes, several nodes. So that particular things is managed by that particular framework. It's called Yarn. Okay, so this is the thing is, and if I go to the next slide, so this is the very important thing. And if you are data analyst or data engineer and is going to the whatever your experience is, if you're going to some companies, so this is the definite question from their end, like explain the 5 V's of big data. Okay, definite question, and it is a very important to learn, like, and at least understand, not learn. So how it is going, like, so 5 P's is nothing, like nothing but the utilization, the benefit of big data, you can say. So your volume. First, you can ask, select the volume. How big data manage the volume? I already tell you, like, if you store 1 petabyte of data in a single server, and if you split that particular data in a several server, then obviously the volume get reduced, but the processing is get faster. So in this way, big data manage the volume. Variety. Variety means the diversity of the data. How you can diversify such kind of data? Because let's assume, so if you have a bunch of data and you have only one server, and now as you have bunch of data but you have some 10 server. Now you store one kind of variety of data in one server, another kind of variety of data in another server, and but the thing is, when this in the time of processing, all the data get processed in a single shot. Okay, how? Because our map reduce the process. Yeah, you there is a term like the map and reducer. So yeah, so it is reduce the process actually how execute the things. Okay, and velocity, like it is a very important things. So velocity, like how how first the data gets generated from the source end, from the data source end, and how first it is get consumed to your server. So this is the very critical thing, because let's say you have a huge amount of data and your resource is very limited, then the velocity get reduced obviously, because data generating speed, or you not controlled, you have not controlled to that particular speed. Okay, that data generation speed, there is no hand on you, like you only control that particular generated data, how you can consume from your end. Okay, so this is the thing, like how velocity also important. Right, that veracity. So I also explained further before, like if you have uh, some kind of big data, like let's talk. So Houghton work is a very famous and renowned big data source, and it is a big data company. So Houghton work. So let's assume, like you own a company. Okay, you own a IT industry, 100 industry, and you use the Houghton work big data. Okay, now let's say your XYZ is your client. Your client is sent the data, but your client tell you and did a agreement like, I only send you a one time, data. I will send one time of data. Okay. If you repeat, if you ask to repeat that particular data to send you, I will not do. So there is, let's assume there is a one contract is signed between you and your client, and after that, when in the production process, when the data you consume the data, let's say you handle all of the data in a single server. Okay, in a single server, you will handle all of this particular data. Now, what happened? Your client send some huge amount of data, and that particular your server get crashed somehow. Okay. Now, what happened? Your data get lost. You are not able to analyze that particular data. Now, you go to the client and ask, "Hi, Mister. So I lost your data. Kindly send us." But then your client get angry because why? There is one contract is signed. Like, yeah, I am not. I'm not very comfortable to send this again and again. So there is a contract assigned already. I only sent one time. Okay. Okay. Now the things happen. These the things happen in the real time scenario also. So that's why whenever data you were received from your client in, you immediately split in a some phase, some part. Like, okay, so I just stored the data here, mean data here. I just stored the copy here. I just stored the metadata, the copy here. So do you know the metadata is like what is metadata? So metadata is very important. Like if you have data, like so I am the data analyst from the pharmacy background. Okay. So I analyze the pharmaceutical data and the medical data basically. So let's say there is vaccination. So you all know like COVID vaccine is going last COVID vaccination going last 2 year. Okay, vaccination process. So that particular COVID vaccine, my client is a very big pharmaceutical company. They send me like some kind of data where the vaccination date, the vaccine code, and vaccination name, and the patient name is there. Okay. Now, if if I analyze that particular thing, I have to identify what is the patient name in particular row and what is the vaccination code in this particular row. Then the description of that particular row, like this is the patient name, this is this column name basically. This column is contained the patient name, this column is contained the vaccination code or whatever vaccination date. That particular description is called metadata basically. Okay, so this is the metadata. Now the value, and it is very much related your revenue also, you generated revenue. So value, like what of data. So the client have authority to send you the clumsy data. Okay, that's why they hire you as a data consultant so that you can identify the clumsy data and restructure it in a structured manner. So that particular thing, how your big data, your analysis process in big data, how add the value of the data, how add the value of this particular data to understand further from the client. So this is the also added advantage using big data. Okay. So this is the thing related to big data. Okay. So if you have any doubt or anything, I know you have lots of doubt, obviously, because it is very new things. Okay. So yeah, I assume it you have the doubt. So yeah, we'll proceed further. So we'll discuss this further also. Now I'm just present here like means our industry in demand job related to data science. Okay. So I am posted here, data analytics. There is some of my friend, are data scientist, some are data architect, data engineer, BI developer, and ML engineer. So I'm just describe something like very little uh, way. Like what is data analytics? Data analytics is when you consume data from in a raw manner, in a very unstructured form from client, you need to identify something so that it will get used for data engineer, and after that it can be used for data science to generate the insights of that particular data. Okay, so this is the thing. And data architect is like how your data in your company, how this particular s- data form is going forward and how it can be utilized further basically. So it is a data architect basically. An ML engineer is like AI ML engineer means like there is one particular segment for data science is ML basically. I'm not discussing anything about ML here because it is a very introduction thing of us. So we'll discuss further. And the BI developer means to generate that particular folks who generate the business insight after analyze everything, after doing here in the process, whoever generate that particular business insight for the management person, they are the BI developer mainly. So this is the steps. So if you acquire all the things I have discussed previously in this particular session, like this knowledge, then you are gradually came to data analyst or data engineer, whatever you are comfortable there. So this is the thing. And yeah, so I'm over now, so we can open to discuss further. High Court member.
Actually, Shubronil Shah has a question. Variety versus veracity to follow, please. So, Dada, edit to বুঝিয়ে দিও।
Your voice is not audible much. Can you please repeat?
আচ্ছা এখন অডিবল হ্যালো
Yeah, now is okay.
সুব্রনীল শাহ জিজ্ঞাসা করেছে ভ্যারাইটি ভার্সেস ভেরাসিটিটা একটু বলে দিতে ফার্স্ট কোশ্চেন
Okay, so yeah, variety. Yeah, I'm just discussing. Let me. Okay. Variety means your diversification. Okay, diversification means like let's assume so you have some data about it is on audio form. You have some data in your Excel form, suppose dot exl something, and you have some data on your JPG form, suppose. Okay, so this is the variety of data. Like you have the audio form of data, you have the visual, you have the XML. There is a we daily use like XML form of data. You have the some Excel form of data. That's a variety. Okay. Now the veracity is like the tolerance of inaccurate data basically. Means the tolerance of inaccurate, like if you have some uh, data, there is some mistake in that particular data, and how you can proceed with that particular mistake, and how you identify that particular mistake, and how you get rid of it. So this is called the veracity of the data. Okay, how you can identify the accuracy of data, it is the main things, like it's the veracity. And the variety, in the term variety, you can identify there is something related to diversify basically. Is it clear now? Okay. So
শুভনীল
anything?
শুভনীল you can unmute yourself and ask anything to
Yeah,
Dada.
ask.
No need to chat, then unmute yourself.
Also, like Dada, how to identify like which data role means is suitable for me to apply at beginner fresher level, like after graduating.
Can you please like your voice is not much clear to me. Can just make and let me increase the volume. Just make it. Yeah. Please repeat kindly. Sorry for that. Yeah. Surun, can you please repeat like
I said that like how to means feel like which would be suitable for me, like which data role, like as a beginner after graduating in that data role.
yeah. So it is a very interesting question, and it is applicable to all. I think like it is a very
Because
good question.
I
Warren.
found
Thank.
that like the data engineer, then data analytics, like almost are very means close to means close the job. I means so means how to appropriately apply, like which one means
So
how to
as
work.
the freshers, yeah, I'm just answering your question now. Yeah, as the freshers, I think you need to identify whether you are comfortable with SQL, Unix, ETL process, or you are very much more comfortable with the hard code like Java, Python, like that way. So if you are very comfortable to analysis like raw data, how you need to go through the lots of like uh, in GB version of data, like 1 GB, 2 GB version of data, the million of row and line, and using to identify that particular data set, you need to apply your SQL Unix for self scripting. That's the thing. If you are very comfortable with that particular tool, I think you are good for data analytics first. And if you are like not comfortable with these particular things, like okay, I'm not very much comfortable with handle raw data or handle raw table, then and I'm very comfortable with good coding or these things. So you are, I think, good for suitable for the data engineer. And if you are very comfortable with generate data insight or visualization, like generate something, some presentation to higher management for using BI or using Tableau. That's particular things. And if you are very comfortable with using the Salesforce, that I think you are good for your BI developer basically. So these the things. Okay, and also obviously, so whatever like you are data analyst or data scientist or data engineer, so ETL is the very important and fundamental process to you. So let's master that one also. Okay, so that's thing. So okay,
Okay.
anyone else? Any question? I am good to answer here.
And also the
So
other
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's one very important question, like uh, while I guess you got it off campus, obviously, yeah, you told you were working in Cognizant first. So
Yeah, it's of
while
campus.
applying for Coursera, that data analysis role, like how much importance did projects play a role, like how much, like
So yeah, if you let's so basically, so anyone from IEM here? Any folks? IEM or Heritage? Any folks? Or Jadavpur? Okay, so Poziva is a basically product based and it is data company. Okay, so they handle all the healthcare of data basically. But when I go to the Cognizant, so my project is from pharmaceutical background, and I am there to handle the ETL process there. Okay. So I use the Informatica Power Center. I use the big data. I use some data processing, like using title. There is lots of tool basically. So yeah, if you landed a very good project where you get some, I mean, some insight, and also your senior also play the very important role to drive your career and like to switch in further. So if you get the project which is related to analytics or which is related to your data engineer and some ETL developer, then I think yeah, it is very much important, and it is very helpful to you to go to the product based company as a data analyst, at least data analyst or data engineer, whatever it is role that is. But I think for off campus, you are don't identify like you are just fascinated with data analysis. So it is, if you are fascinated with that SD like software development role, then also you can land it with data analyst role after that. So after mastering the Python and self-scripting and SQL and lots of things is there, so R language. So after mastering this particular language and uh, played for the I mean SD role in a renowned company, after that also you can proceed for the data analysis. So there is no boundary to proceed for data analysis. It is open to all basically. So yeah, there is some boundary for SD role. Like you need to know the hardcore Java testing. So there is no boundary for the data analysis. If you are passionate with it, you can proceed. So no problem there actually. So yeah, your question is like yes. So this particular uh, your project, your just first company project is very important because you need to explain it in a further interview, like how it's going on, how you contribute that particular project. So these things you need to explain actually.
Acha. Okay.
uh Anyone? Can we proceed, Mohit, can we proceed for 5 minutes for a quick round?
Yeah, sure. That will be more interactive.
Yes. So let's I'm just questioning you guys. So just you can unmute yourself and respond, or you can just drop your answer in a chat. Okay. So can you please tell me what is the full form of HDFS? I'm just asking. Oh, whatever there is like. Yeah. Tell me, Suman.
Hadoop data something it was not fully I remember.
Uh, anyone else? HDFS.
আমি একবার চেষ্টা করবো
Obviously. Or not.
Hadoop distributed file system.
Yeah, yes, correct. Hadoop distributed file system. So, okay. So, anyone tell me what is the full form of ETL or ETL process? Yeah, sure, Reuben.
Extract, transform, load.
Exactly. Yeah, correct. Okay. So, um, can you just tell me I also repeat something like the BI tool we use in day-to-day life. So, can you please give the example some BI tool? What's the what kind of BI tool we use. I also tell in the presentation.
May I?
Yeah, sure. Anyone, yeah.
There is some like Power BI, then Tableau, like that.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. Navajit, yeah. You are correct.
There is, I guess, something like Locker, something is also there. Looker, like.
Yeah, also there. Yeah. That's also there. But the Tableau is very familiar, like in our industry. So Tableau and Power BI is because why you can ask because they are very cost effective. That's why they are using.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I explain. There is one company about big data. Can anyone tell me the company name who provide the big data service? You can Google it, no issue.
দাদা
Mhm.
হ্যালো
Yes, Ojit. বল।
হ্যাঁ দাদা একটা হচ্ছে অরাকেল আর একটা হচ্ছে ভেনশন
না, ওরা প্রোভাইড করে না বেসিক্যালি। জিনিসটা হচ্ছে একটা কোম্পানি আছে যে ফাদার বলা হয় বিগ ডেটার, সেটা হচ্ছে হট অ্যান্ড ওয়ার্ক। ঠিক আছে, তোরা যদি কগনিজেন্ট বা টিসিএস এ যাস, কগনিজেন্ট, টিসিএস, অ্যাক্সেঞ্চার অল ইউজিং দ্য হট অ্যান্ড ওয়ার্ক বিগ ডেটা, দ্যাট হার্ড পোর্শন বেসিক্যালি।
স্পেলিংটা বলবে দাদা কি বলছো হর্ডার কি
হট অ্যান্ড ওয়ার্ক। I'm just typing. Okay. So, yeah. So can you please tell me like the one of the ETL tool I explained, like ETL tool name at least? Yeah, no, no, you can.
The OLTP database.
No. OLTP database is a ETL component. It is not an entire tool. Like entire tool, like for BI, it is the Tableau or Power BI. These kind of things. Like you can analyze everything. But you can do. It is a tool, a complete tool, not a component.
Okay.
Like the name. Yeah, Shojit.
দাদা আরেকটা হতে পারে হচ্ছে ট্যালেন্ট।
Yeah, talent is the one of the tool, and apart from talent is the Informatica Power Center. It is a ISCS, like Informatica Cloud. That's the thing. And okay, so now any question, anyone? So regarding this session, like any question, any kind of your career growth, anything apart from even apart from this particular,
দাদা
and
তুমি
also you
যেটা
can.
বললে যে ওই যে কি একটা যেন বললো না যে ওরাকেল নাকি বিগ ডেটার, তো তুমি কি বলছিলে
Mhm.
কি হট অ্যান্ড ওয়্যাক মানে বিগ ডেটার সার্ভিস মানে ওরাকেলদের এদের সবাইকে দিচ্ছে, আর মানে তাহলে বিগ ডেটা কোম্পানিজ এর মধ্যে এই যে এসএপি ওরাকেল এগুলো লেখা তাহলে মানে কি?
না ওটা বেসিক্যালি ওরা সার্ভিসটা দিচ্ছে মানে ওরা ক্যারিড হচ্ছে তোর বেসিক্যালি জিনিসটা এরকম ফার্স্ট তৈরি করেছিল মানে বিগ ডেটা যে ওনার ছিল ফার্স্ট সে ছিল হচ্ছে হটানবার্গ ওকে বাট বিগ ডেটাটা কি জিনিস বিগ ডেটাটা হচ্ছে ওপেন সোর্স ইউ ক্যান মডিফাই I'm Snehaditya. Okay, I'm just telling you. So big data open source. So you can modify yourself from your requirement. On your requirement, you can modify the code, the source code. Okay. So Hortonberg, the owner, the inventor of the big data basically. And after that, lots of companies come in the picture, and after that, they modify the source code and their end, and after that, they introduce the things in the market basically. So, what is the owner basically? Okay, Hortonberg is the owner. So, Oracle is the provider. They can provide because Oracle is a basically what is Oracle? Oracle is server basically. You know, like SQL, Oracle SQL, like it is a server. Like they manage the server. So that's the thing. And Snehadita, the question করেছে resource. So yeah, there is a lots of resource in your YouTube channel. There is some YouTube channel I can suggest. I'm not just promoting. Yeah, so I'm not just promoting here. So I'm just telling you some free YouTube channel there. So one channel I remember like just a minute. Let me search like this one. Just 1 minute. So yeah, you can. So yeah, Alex is the one. So you can start with the SQL. So for SQL, there is a very good channel in YouTube. So you can start there. That is, I think, just a minute. Yeah, programming with Moz. That is this one of I learned that MySQL is just very in a comprehensive manner. They just explain in a very good way. The programming with Moz. I'm just spelled here. Yeah, you can start the your SQL journey from here, and after that, there is a W3 school for I think Unix cell scripting and Informatica. I think Informatica there is not much resource there, so there is some notes I prepared for Informatica. I can share with you. You also there is also Informatica. If you understand because but I think before proceed with Informatica, you need to understand the SQL in very well and good manner. Like It is a very important fundamental thing. So in Informatica, you also write some query in SQL. So this is the thing, and anything else? And also for Power BI, uh, there is lots of videos. So I'm not definitely telling you like this particular channel is good, but Power BI there's lots of things here. So because Power BI, I am not getting help from the YouTube. I am getting help from Udemy basically for Power BI. So you can not if they are also. So I think there is Udemy cost like 300 or 400 rupees. So you can go for their Power BI. So these are things. Anyone else? Anything like your placement oriented things? So I also for AOT, I also placement trainer there for 2021 batch. There's a lots of student from my aunt is now currently working in this. Yeah, value of Google Analytics certificate. There is no value when Google Analysis is rubbish totally. So better, I think Power BI. Power BI is because it is very good to understandable. So Tableau is something difficult. You can tell it's not difficult. Like for freshers, I think Power BI you can start from Power BI. After that, you can go with Tableau. You can unmute yourself, no issue. So there is a few folks are left like 39. I'm just saying here. So you can unmute yourself and then it is a more interactive way. Like it's very fast. I'm just uh, okay. Somojit, if you want to add something here, so you can add here also.
আচ্ছা দাদা আমার একটা পার্সোনাল কোশ্চেন ছিল মানে ফ্রেশারদের কেমন এখানে অপরচুনিটি আছে এই জবে ডেটা অ্যানালিস্ট
ফ্রেশার্সে সব থেকে ভালো অপরচুনিটি আছে এখানে বিকজ খুব বেশি কোডিং লাগবে না ইভেন সব থেকে বড় কথা হচ্ছে ইফ আই টেল ইউ লাইক আই এম নট ফ্রম সিএস ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড and IT background also, and also not from EC background. I am from your Academy of Technology instrumentation background. Okay, so I think you are surprised, get surprised, like yeah, instrumentation background. Now I'm working in a product-based company for data analyst role. Okay, so you know, like instrumentation is also obsolete from Academy of Technology. Okay, so those who are not from IT or like non-coding background, so there is no worry. You also have much opportunity here, and you can also like earn in lakhs also. I'm just telling you the figure after 2-3 year of experience monthly. Yeah.
আমি বলতে চাইছিলাম যে ইন্ডিয়ার বাইরে তো আশা করি এটার অপরচুনিটি আরো বেশি হবে।
Yeah, Indiaর বাইরে opportunity obviously বেশি, but the thing is, as a freshers, if you are passing from uh your like some such kind of college, so it is very difficult to go foreign in a very starting, to be honest, because you need to you need to start from very basic, and after that you have to proceed further. And yeah, there is also open opportunity for all of the company. You can go foreign and in on-site opportunity there also. That thing. So I think all of you, like whoever is here, all of you, I mean, তোরা কি সবাই fourth year or third year, like না second year কেউ আছিস সেখানে?
থার্ড ইয়ার
সেকেন্ড ইয়ার
সেকেন্ড ইয়ার থার্ড ইয়ার
Second year আছে।
বেশি
আচ্ছা, second and third year. So for those who are on third year currently, okay, for those particular folks, so I think for the placement, I think সামনে so জিনিসটা এরকম মানে কোডিং যে পোর্শন আছে, ডিএস যে পোর্শনটা আছে, ডেটা অ্যানালিটিক্স পোর্শনটা অনেক পরে আসে। সো basically when they are judging, the company judging you in the table of the interview, so they judge you on the based of some your coding skill. Some of the coding skill is obviously important, and also DS skill, Data structure is a very, if you are data scientist, data engineer, data analyst, whatever you are, TS is the much important thing, and this plays a very important role to day-to-day activities. Okay, so I'm just telling you. So obviously, master the TS, data structure algorithm. So if you are from coding or non-coding background and if you have interest in the IT sector, TS is the mandatory to you, all of you. Okay, and after that, you need to prepare. তোদের সবাইকে prepare করতে হবে লাস্টের যে তোদের প্রজেক্টটা থাকে, লাস্ট সেমিস্টার আই থিঙ্ক থার্ড ইয়ারে যে প্রজেক্টটা থাকে, যে থার্ড ইয়ার ফোর্থ ইয়ার মিলে যে প্রজেক্টটা বানাস তোরা, ওই প্রজেক্টটাতে তোদের কন্ট্রিবিউশন কি সেটা মাস্টার করতে হবে। ওকে, যদি এরকম বললে চলবে না যে ঠিক আছে আমি প্রজেক্টটা জাস্ট ওভারভিউ দিয়ে বেরিয়ে গেলাম, তাহলে কিন্তু ভালো কোম্পানিতে হবে না। ঠিক আছে, অ্যাটলিস্ট ভালো কোম্পানিতে পেতে গেলে তোমাকে ওটা মাস্টার করতে হবে। অ্যান্ড অলসো যেসব কোম্পানিগুলো আছে, ইভেন আমাদের কোম্পানি যেটা কোজিবা আছে, ঠিক আছে, আমাদের কোম্পানি না মোস্টলি তো আইএম আর যাদবপুর থেকে হায়ার করে, ওই জন্য আমি বলছিলাম যে কেউ আছে কিনা ওখান থেকে। তো এখানে অ্যানালিটিক্যাল মানে বিফোর proceed further interview round, their first round is the analytical round. In the analytical round, they are giving you some physics problem. Do you understand? Like as a product-based company, they are not giving you the algorithm problem. They are giving you the some physics analytical problem or probability, like how you think, how you in shorter way you just solve it. Also there is some time constraint, like they give you 30 minutes. So most of the good companies like Samsung, I there is one of my friend who working in the Samsung, and there is one company is a Razor Pay, so there is also one of my friend is working on there. So when they are going for the interview, so they are not giving you first algorithm problem, they are giving you some analytical problem. They judge you in the first way, like how you think, how your thought process is. After that, so to go proceed further, I think যারা প্লেসমেন্টে বসবি বা সামনে ক্যাম্পাসিং আছে, অফ ক্যাম্পাসিং আছে, তো অবশ্যই ম্যাথমেটিক্সটাকে স্ট্রং রাখিস তোরা। ইটস a free suggestion you can accept. So anything else? So
Sir, I have a question. During the time of my placement, which will give me more hype in the selection, my project or my PS skills?
I think it's a project. So listen, so when you go to the there is something like if you go some company, not I'm just not discussing about TCS because they are picking randomly, so very sorry for that, like they are picking in a random manner. So apart from TCS, there is some company like Cognizant, Accenture, so they are selective. Okay, but I think now also Cognizant get random. So because in my time 2020, only I think 40 to 45 student get selected in Cognizant, but now I think they are hiring in a mass. So I don't know, but still those company who are giving you a good remuneration and is good offer, those particular company are very selective. So first, when you are introduce yourself, on that very first impression, you need to explain your project in a such a manner so that they are very interested to ask you in a project, not to ask you in technical term, because those particular folks, because I am also in the last year, like 2000 last not last year, in this year, so I am also in the panel list of the interview from on behalf of my company. Okay, so those particular folks who are in the panelist in an interview, those are not a, I mean, theoretical technical guy. Okay, they are practical. So if they ask you in a practical technical term, practical things, then you may get trapped there. So try to manipulate them so that they can ask you like your in your strong point, like your project, your daily coding skill, like this way. Okay, don't tell them like, okay, I am master the AI, ML, and the big data and the data analytics, that thing. So they are ask you random like questions, so you may get trapped there. So this is the thing. Now is it clear তো ভাই?
Yeah, sure. Agree.
Anything to discuss related to your college or your
Well, I had a question.
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What was your reason of choosing this one as your career option?
What's the reason, right? So yeah, first of all, there is a very specific reason for my end. Okay. First of all, when I'm in college, okay, in academic technology, so there I only focused on my subject, not IT part. Very first 2 year, first year and second year, I'm just focusing on my subject. I'm just assuming like, okay, I'm just because on that particular time I am the 8 pointer and I came in the first three. Uh, when the results came, so I stand in the first three position. Okay, first, second, or third. So on that particular time, I'm assuming okay, I will definitely get a core product company, which is serving like instrumentation or mechanical that thing. So after second year, I uh, came to the reality basically. I just introduced the reality what is going on in day-to-day business or day-to-day market. Okay, after that I came to know like those whoever goes to the core company, whether there is some referral or whether there is some relatives working on or it is very they are very lucky that thing. So I am not uh, I'm not taking such a risk to put my career on that particular time. So I started mastering some data structure, some Python, some Java, some C random things. And after that, I discuss my some senior. There is, I think there is one teacher like SRS. So স্বরূপ দার সাথে আমি কথা বলি after that. ওকে, তো তখন আমাকে সাজেস্ট করা ছিল যে তুমি এবার আমার যে প্রবলেমটা ছিল আমি বেঙ্গলি এক্সপ্লেন করছি। আমার যে প্রবলেমটা ছিল আমি কোডিং এ অতটা কমফোর্টেবল ছিলাম না বিকজ আমি ভেরি ফার্স্ট টাইম থেকে কোডিং অতটা করছিলাম না। সো আমি যখন ফার্স্ট সেকেন্ড ইয়ার কমপ্লিট করার পর থার্ড ইয়ারে আসি এবং আমার তখন প্লেসমেন্ট স্টার্ট হবে ওই মোমেন্টে আমাকে ডিসাইড করা হয় যে ঠিক আছে আই ক্যান গো উইথ দ্য কোডিং থিংস। ওকে, আফটার দ্যাট যখন আমি কোডিং স্টার্ট করলাম তখন আমার যে ফ্রেন্ডসরা ছিল তারা অলরেডি অ্যাডভান্সড হয়ে গেছে কোডিং এ। ওকে, সো আমি তখন ডিসাইড করলাম বসে ওই মোমেন্টে এত কন্টেন্ট ছিল না বিকজ আই এম জাস্ট টকিং অ্যাবাউট দ্য ইয়ার 2018। ওকে, 2018 কথা বলছি আমি। ওই মোমেন্টে দাঁড়িয়ে এত কন্টেন্ট ছিল না তখন, প্রি কোভিড, ঠিক আছে? তো এত ইউটিউবারও ছিল না, এত কন্টেন্ট ক্রিয়েটরও ছিল না। সো আর এত ইন্টারনেটের ওই ব্যাপার ছিল না তখন। ওই মোমেন্টে দাঁড়িয়ে আমরা আমি ডিসাইড করি যে ওকে আই হ্যাভ টু চুজ ওয়ান ওয়ে ইন আইটি সেক্টর হুইচ হ্যাভ বিকজ আমার অ্যানালিটিক্স স্কিল অনেক বেটার, ম্যাথামেটিক্স এবং ফিজিক্স স্কিল অনেক বেটার। তো আমি চুজ করি এমন একটা দিক যেখানে তোর অ্যানালিটিক্যাল স্কিলটা আমার কাজে লাগবে। তো আমি ওখানে ফাইন্ড করি যে আই ক্যান গো উইথ বিআই, পাওয়ার বিআই developer, or I can go with analytics. But when I came to the reality, so Power BI developer, there's one problem with Power BI developer. If you are just Power BI developer, na, there is one problem for you. You are not moving forward for data engineer, data scientist, or data architect. But if you are data analyst or data management in data management role, then you can go proceed further and also become a data lead there. So that's why I'm just choosing data analytics part because in data analytics there is not such hard coding introduced. I mean there basically. So এটা আমার আর কি রিজন ছিল, মানে ভেরি স্পেসিফিক রিজন যে নট আই এম ভেরি বিকজ ওই টাইম থেকেই বিকজ ওই টাইমে আমাদের টাইমে কেউ এরকম করে আহ, মানে কোনো কমিউনিটি ছিল না ফার্স্ট অফ অল। তারপরে আমাদেরকে আমি জানতামও না যে ডেটা অ্যানালিটিক্স, ডেটা ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং পিরিয়ডে এত কিছু জিনিস হয় বলে। ঠিক আছে, আমরা জানতাম জাস্ট I need to crack some code, I need to then go ahead, I need to just take a post in IT sector, that's it. So whatever they are giving I can do. So আমি এটা কখনোই বলবো না যে আই এম ভেরি মাচ প্যাশনেট, আমি একদম রিয়ালিটিতে কথা বলছি। আই এম ভেরি মাচ প্যাশনেট অন ইট, এগুলো কিচ্ছু না। আমি দেখলাম যে ভাই আমার কোডিংটা অতটা শক্ত হচ্ছে না ওই মোমেন্টে দাঁড়িয়ে, বিকজ আমি সত্যি কথা বলতে আমি ভেরি প্যাশনেট ছিলাম আমার সাবজেক্ট নিয়ে, আমার ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টেশন নিয়ে, ঠিক আছে, ওই মোমেন্টে দাঁড়িয়ে। বাট আফটার দ্যাট টাইম when I'm just I mean clash with reality, after that I understand, okay, I need to go with some IT scope. That's it. Shantika, okay, I think you are from IoT, right?
Yes.
Which department?
CC.
Computer application, okay, computer science, okay, so SRS also there, right? Computer.
No, he is not taking our classes right now. Means from first year, he didn't take any classes, only the extra classes he used to take, that too in the OD, and I had one class only with him.
Okay. No, actually, he will conducting the seminar. That seminar which will help you crack the interviews at that particular time. They conduct the seminar. So they are, I think,
Yeah, actually,
he is
he
on
also he
placement
only take the training classes only from third year.
cell. Yes, so he is on, I think, placement cell currently.
Yes, on the placement. Yes.
Yeah.
দাদা বলছিলাম কিন্তু আমি এআই এমএল ডেভেলপার হতে চাইছি, তো কোন টাইপ বেশি ফোকাস করা উচিত, এআই ক্রিয়েশনে না এমএল ক্রিয়েশনে?
AI ML ডেভেলপার হতে গেলে তোমাকে ডিএস খুব ভালো করে জানতে হবে, ওকে। আফটার দ্যাট তোমাকে এসকিউএল ইউনিক্স খুব ভালো করে জানতে হবে, তোমাকে স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্স প্রচন্ড ভালো করে জানতে হবে, রিগ্রেশন প্রসেস জানতে হবে, সেপারেট কাইন্ড অফ। আফটার দ্যাট তো ন্যাচারাল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ প্রসেসিং এনএলপি যেটা হয় ওটা জানতে হবে। আফটার দ্যাট you can go with for ML, and after that it is the higher step from ML to AI actually. So আগে ML তারপরে AI। বাট আই থিঙ্ক ফার্স্টে এআই এমএল মানে ফার্স্টে ডিসাইড করিস না এরকম যে আমাকে এআই এমএল মানে এরকম ডিসাইড করলে না একটা কনস্ট্রেন্ট তৈরি হয়ে যায়। আফটার দ্যাট ইফ ইউ রিয়ালাইজ লাইক ইফ মানে এখনো তো সবকিছু জানিস না তোরা বেসিক্যালি। তো আফটার সাম টাইম ইফ ইউ introduce something which like attract you more than this, then একটা কনস্ট্যান্ট হয়ে যাবে। তো এখন ওপেন আপ রাখ সবকিছুর জন্য, যে আমি এভরিথিং এর জন্য ওপেন আপ। But yeah, I can passionate with this particular thing, so I keep some extra time on it. But I need to learn all the things actually. So I think it will be more beneficial for your at least future growth.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আর কেউ কিছু? সৌমজিৎ ভাই, কিছু অ্যাড করতে চাইলে করতে পারিস, না হলে
না
অলরেডি
দাদা,
9:15।
আর কারোর কিছু নেই, ডাউট আশা করছি।
Okay, so I am also, if you are from the Resourcio Community group, I am also there. If you have any doubt, you can ping me, or you can ping the group, you can mention me in the group. I can clear your doubt there. So that's from my end. Let's meet some another session with some interesting topic there.
থ্যাংক ইউ দাদা, এতটা টাইম তুমি বার করে এসেছো আমাদের কমিউনিটিতে, সেশনের
Yeah,
জন্য তার জন্য একটা থ্যাংক ইউ।
sure.
অনেক কিছু জানতে পারলাম
Okay.
তোমার থেকে।
Okay, so we can wrap up the call here.
Yeah. Okay, good
Thank
night
you.
all. Yeah, thank you all.
গুড নাইট।